You're standing in the doorway, the creaking of the old wooden floorboards beneath your feet echoing through the silence. The air is thick with the scent of decay, and the shadows cast by the faint moonlight seem to move of their own accord. It's a night like any other, yet it's a night that will change everything. You're walking through the streets, the sound of your footsteps the only thing breaking the silence. The houses seem to loom over you, their windows like empty eyes staring back. It's a typical suburban neighborhood, yet it's one that holds a dark secret. A secret that will soon be uncovered, and one that will change the lives of everyone involved. As you turn the corner, you notice a house with the lights on, a house that seems out of place in the darkness. You can't help but feel a sense of unease, a sense that something is off. And then, you see it, a police car parked outside, its lights flashing like a beacon in the night. Something is happening, and it's not going to be good. You're standing in the living room, the smell of old books and stale air filling your nostrils. The room is dimly lit, the only sound the ticking of the clock on the wall. And then, you see it, a photo of a woman, smiling and happy, yet with a sense of sadness in her eyes. She's the one who's been missing, the one whose disappearance has sparked a 36-year-long investigation. As you look closer, you notice something strange, a piece of paper on the floor, with a cryptic message scrawled on it. It's a message that will change everything, a message that will lead you down a rabbit hole of twists and turns. You feel a chill run down your spine as you realize that you're getting close to the truth, but you're not sure what that truth is yet. You're sitting in a cold, sterile room, the smell of disinfectant filling your nostrils. The detective is sitting across from you, his eyes piercing as he asks you questions. You're trying to remember everything, every detail, no matter how small. The detective is searching for any clue, any hint that might lead him to the killer. As you talk, you start to notice something strange. The detective seems to be hiding something. He's not telling you everything, and you start to wonder what he's not saying. You feel a sense of unease, a sense that you're not getting the whole truth. And then, you hear it, a knock at the door, a knock that signals the arrival of new evidence. Evidence that will change everything, evidence that will lead you closer to the truth. You're walking through the park, the sun shining down on you, the sound of birds chirping in the trees. It's a beautiful day, yet it's a day that will be marred by a shocking revelation. The detective has just told you that the husband of the missing woman has been arrested in connection with her disappearance and murder. You can't believe it. You can't believe that the person who was supposed to love and protect her could be capable of such a heinous crime. As you process this new information, you start to think about all the clues, all the hints that were there all along. You start to realize that the truth was hiding in plain sight, and that you should have seen it coming. But you didn't, and now you're left to wonder what really happened that fateful night. You're standing in the courtroom, the sound of murmuring filling the air. The husband is standing in the dock, his eyes cast down in shame. The judge is speaking, his voice firm and authoritative. The verdict is about to be read, and you can't help but feel a sense of anxiety. What will the verdict be? Will justice be served, or will the killer get away with it? As you wait, you start to think about the family of the victim, the family that has been waiting for 36 years for closure. You start to wonder what they must be feeling, what they must be thinking. And then you hear it, the verdict. The husband is guilty, guilty of the murder of his wife. You feel a sense of relief, a sense that justice has finally been served. But as you look at the husband, you can't help but feel a sense of sadness, a sense that a life has been ruined, a sense that a family has been torn apart. You're sitting in a quiet room, the only sound the ticking of the clock on the wall. You're trying to process everything, all the twists and turns, all the revelations. You're trying to make sense of it all, trying to understand what really happened. As you sit there, you start to think about the husband who was capable of such a heinous crime. You start to wonder what drove him to it, what made him snap. You start to think about the victim, the woman who was taken from her family, taken from the world. You start to wonder what she would be like today, what she would be doing if she were still alive. And then, you hear a voice that asks you a question. A question that makes you realize that this case is far from over, a question that makes you wonder what other secrets are still out there, waiting to be uncovered. What really happened that fateful night, and will we ever truly know the truth? As you finish watching this video, you can't help but feel a sense of unease, a sense that the truth is still out there, waiting to be uncovered. If you have any theories, any thoughts on what really happened, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime content, and we'll see you in the next video. But for now, the question remains, what really happened that fateful night, and will we ever truly know the truth?